Hey, y'all, and welcome to Catherine's Conversations in the Country. Super excited because my friend Mark Borja is back. Now, Mark is normally behind the camera, right?
Yeah.
He's a very good friend of ours. We all adore Mark. He is our chief videographer, our only videographer at the radio station, and he is our digital media specialist, and he is amazing. And one of the reasons why we love Mark so much is his spirit. Even when he got the most devastating news of his life, he not only survived that, but he turned that around in his personal life, in his professional life, and his life helping others. Mark was diagnosed with testicular cancer 8 years ago. Had the tumor removed, went through a lot of physical and mental turmoil because of that. And he is sitting here today, being Mark, optimistic, hopeful, helpful. And how did you get there, Mark? I mean, a lot of people, a lot of young men your age might just curl up in a ball, feel sorry for themselves. And you know what? That's okay. You can do that for a while. But at some point, if you want to get healthier,
you got to come out and try to get that help and all that.
You need to come out. You need to tell people what you're going through.
Exactly. Yeah.
And tell me about your mental health journey. And then we're going to talk about your organization, Save a Nut.
Yeah. So with dealing with mental health and dealing with the thoughts and the things that are attacking your mental health during this time, when I was dealing with testicular cancer,
and the thoughts were what? What mental thoughts were you having? Is it going to come back? You're probably thinking, how is this going to affect my sex life, my love life, my dating life? Of course.
Yeah, there's honestly so many things from even just having I'll go off for even having survivor's guilt. I think because of what I went through, and I'm 8 years cancer free, and I'm very lucky to not have to worry about chemo or radiation or even the higher levels of stages. Because of my work with Save a Nut, I've talked to other survivors and really try to help them, find the resources that they need. But because of my experiences, it was significantly less than what say someone who went to stage 4, other people like that. So communicating with those guys, me feeling I don't know if my story is valid enough to really make the effort to help people and all that stuff. But when I would talk to the others,
so kind of survivor's guilt.
Yes, survivor's guilt. So, when I talked to the other guys at the Testicular Cancer Foundation, the guys who really were there to support me when I first started Save a Nut, they told me it's okay. Every story is different. Every story is even if it's just it doesn't have to be in comparison. Your story can make a difference, just helping those who are in need. The biggest way to fight testicular cancer is awareness. Biggest way to even with mental health is just awareness, just communicating, just talking about it. And so being able to talk to them and even make a difference with them. They even awarded me in 2019 the Impact Award because of my efforts. Because even though my story is significantly different from the guys who went through worse dealing with testicular cancer, it's still they rewarded me for my efforts because of how much that was impacting. Because we raised in 2018 and 2019, it was almost $30,000 worth of and efforts to Testicular Cancer Foundation. We can still continue to this day to raise awareness and funds for even the atrium health and all that. But even going through all that, I did have a big chip on my shoulder because I don't know what's gonna happen if it comes back.
Right.
I either do the best I can, go all the way, go nuts with it, or I just let the anxiety, let the the trying to think of what the word is called, the depression, depression take me. But I really, and that's how I am, is I just want a person that wants to take everything to make the best out of the situation.
And doesn't it make you feel good every time you do an interview like this, or you do something with your foundation? It helps your mental health to help other people.
Every time we've done an event, every time we've done a fundraiser, there's always someone who comes out to us and be hey, I'm so proud and thankful that you're doing this. There's this lady, Wendy, who her husband passed away from testicular cancer, but she was so thankful that we were doing fundraising awareness, and she came out to us at our event and was so thankful. And so being able to see that kind of help is helping people like that to really see the positive in that. She brought her grandkids out there, and it was amazing. They loved it. And even talking to kids as young as there's this one kid who was I'm pretty sure he was 10 or 11 years old, and his best friend was dealing with testicular cancer and all that stuff too.
At that age?
At that age. We're at this thing called Heroes Con last year, and we had a booth there. We were just telling people about raising awareness for testicular cancer, and I love how the frogs. I think they're loving this.
They want to know about nuts.
Yes, they want to go nuts too. Yeah, but yeah, so like I talked to him, and the kid was like, yeah, I really like what this is doing. It reminded me of my best friend. He's dealing with it right now, and like he got one of our little cool magnets that shows a super scroll that's like we're working on a comic book to help raise awareness too. We're doing so many different things. So like just trying to find the opportunities in like in the darkness, and like try to make the positive out of it. Like that's how I've always been. That's how my parents raised me, and like to make the best of the situation and just always show love and care. And like I've always tried to do that, and like even in every single part of my life. But
how has humor helped you, Mark?
Yeah. Oh, the humor, honestly, it's like just going nuts with it, having fun with it. It's like it really just puts a smile on your face, because like when I was dealing with testicular cancer, that first week I was dealing with it after my surgery. One of my buddies, like my best buddies, he texted me literally a list of nicknames for dudes with one nut. So like Han Solo
Anything
was on
you
there.
Can share.
Yeah, Han Solo was on there. I'm trying to remember. Like there was a lot of weird, crazy, like outrageous nicknames. Even like Uniballer was on there. I'm like, oh my god, I feel like that's not good. And then like just like just funny names like that. And like even like I told Steve-O from Jackass.
Yes.
So like I went to his comedy show before, and I told him about how I'm raising much testicular cancer. He's like, dude, you're a uni. I mean, that's cool, man. And I'm like, like just like things like that where like just funny, positive things like really helps guys like be proud that they're going through it. They're survivors and all that stuff.
And by the way, you can be a fully functioning male on one testicle. Mark is here to tell us.
Yes, my fiance can attest to that too. Yes, yeah.
You're getting married.
Yes, yeah, we're engaged now. I've been dating her for 5 years.
Leah.
Yes, Leah. Yeah. Shout out to Leah. I love you, honey.
Shout out to Leah.
Yes, yeah. But yeah, so like she's like been there to support, but she wasn't there when we first diagnosed.
Right.
But like she's been there for support, like for my footprint of my nonprofit and everything that we're doing. Like it's just like I said, she could attest to like you can still it still works.
Yeah, it still works. You can still have kids, right?
Yeah, I can still have kids. There was a thing before, like if I should freeze my semen and all that stuff to like see if that way if it came back and it attacked the right one.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's like so much of it, that anxiety and worry to like all these different things that can happen like in the long run, not just like like cancer, but they can affect you're able to carry on your legacy and all that stuff too. So
and I've got so much to talk to you about. We're going to get to saving up, but I want to ask too, like how was dating after your surgery?
It was honestly really tough at first too, because
and when do you disclose?
And that was one of the biggest things that I had to try to figure out when I was dating like just different girls, like and all that stuff, like how do I be open about it right away,
right?
Like because and that's where going public with saving nuts, like that really helped me get past that, because like there were times like I would go on a date with a girl before, and like I would try to figure out if I should tell them how I just came back from my blood work or CT scan, and all that, because like that did happen one time before, but like I feel like because I'm very open, it kind of naturally came out, and like, hey, like I dealt with this, and they're like, oh my god, are you okay? Like because I think coming out of a breakup, I think that really helped me learn how to stand up on my own stuff, not lean on someone.
Right.
Because like so my girlfriend at the time too, but before like she actually had dealt with like not herself, but like her father and all that stuff had cancer. So like I felt like there was a lot of like me like having guilt of like with that and all that stuff too. It's like, oh, I'm getting cancer because like I wasn't so guilt, and I wasn't as good as a boyfriend as I wanted to be and all that stuff too. So like dealing with that and like thinking that like, oh, I may not be I'm like, what's it called? I'm being punished for what I'm doing and all that stuff too.
I think that's common. Anytime anything traumatic happens to us, and I share with everyone that we lost our grandson to suicide 2 years ago. I think, am I being punished? To have to live.
Yeah. Why is this happening to me?
Why is this happening to me? Why did this happen to him? But the fact is, that's not the case. I think anybody who suffers a trauma, I think that's natural.
Yeah, things they do happen for a reason, and I feel like for me, like dealing with the cancer, it really helped me like decide like to make things better and like help other guys who are going through this kind of deal. Cause, like,
and you have, and you are.
Yeah, and being open about like like to that to people who I was dating at the time too. Like it's just I think wanting to help people with saving and just telling people, hey, I was diagnosed with testicular cancer, and being completely open about it.
Right. Going
on radio interviews with you guys on Country 107, or even like other interviews on TV and all that stuff. For our fundraisers, I think that really helped me be like, hey, that's just a part of my life. You know, I go nuts with it, and and so coming out and telling people like that I dealt with it, like it became that much easier.
Yes, and thank you for that, because of that, and I shared this when we spoke earlier. It gave me an opportunity to talk to my own son about this. I had never thought about talking to him about this before, but because of you, I was able to. And let's face it, moms, your sons are going to be going down there anyway. You might as well make them aware that they need to, for medical reasons, make sure that there are no lumps, right?
No lumps or bumps. That's really the signs. Exactly. So just overall, just communicating to your partner, like, hey, or your sons or your family, just hey, don't forget to check your nuts. Honestly, that's literally what we do at Saving Nuts. It's like, hey, you just gotta check your nuts. We do funny little jokes and puns, like how to check or what to do and what to look out for. Because like that conversation, you know, talking about your nuts, your manhood, and like that idea of masculinity, of thinking, there's nothing that can affect me, like being able to talk about that stuff, like even though you are making yourself more vulnerable, it's okay, like to be able to have that conversation.
It can save your life.
It can save your life and all that stuff. And that's the manliest thing, is to be able to save a life, save your life or someone else's life.
Absolutely.
Too. So, it's my opinion. So
100%. You're right about that.
Yes.
Okay, so Save a Nut is your organization. At what point did you think, I'm going to start a foundation, an organization to help other people facing the same things I have? When did this dawn on you?
I think it was still like within like that. I remember it was 2018 when in the beginning of the year, when I really, even like in that time, like between October and 2017 and beginning of 2018, I was like, I really wanted to like do something to, like, even if I may pass, if things may get worse, I want to like be able to like leave an impact and like, you know, leave the world at least a little bit better than I found it. So like, I think because of like what my friends sent me, those jokes about, you know, one ball jokes and stuff like that, and other things like like, you know, save the tatas for breast cancer. I was like, I really just want to start something to like help, you know, make an impact, because like I had experience, like, you know, doing events with my friends for like cool like music events and other things like that, like and I've been like I was interning at the time with someone who does like event production, so like I was like, I might as well just do a fundraiser to figure out, you know, how to make a difference. So I thought of, we can do a wine and paint night, and we decided to make balls look beautiful. So we had like an upside down 3, and like, you know, like and I could send you some pictures so you can put this in the video too, like of us, of like, you know, doing a wine paint night, showing how you can make, you know, balls look beautiful, not necessarily like actual walls, but like, but they did paint really funny things with it, and like make jokes about it, and like the entire night was so much fun, and that's where we raised so much money. And like, I think that really helped, you know, that humor, that like way to like, you know, make an impact like that. It's like, it really, like, it all just kind of snowballed. Like,
and it just disarms people whenever you just have fun with it like that, and you bring so much awareness, you know, in the meantime, and it does make people think about it and check and support people who already have it. So Mark, you have done wonderful things with Save a Nut. I mean,
you've done amazing things with mental health too.
Well, thank you. But you can check out your organization on Instagram, Save a Nut. SaveANut.org is your website, right? Do you do some Facebook, or is that too old fogey?
No, you go on Facebook too. Facebook and Instagram. That's the only ones we're on. It's like we're not even on TikTok yet. So we're kind of in between Gen Z and I'm what's it called, millennials. So But Facebook. You just literally search up Facebook/Testicular Cancer Awareness, and we'll be the first ones that pop up and all that. So,
and like, you do things like donuts. Go nuts for donuts.
Yeah, exactly. We did a donut festival. Our partner Elevate Lifestyle does a bunch of cool events throughout the year, and so like Donut Festival, the Seltzer Festival. We had a mac and cheese event.
You're always working.
Yes, always saving nuts and all that stuff. Because there's so many ways to save nuts and all that stuff. Just talking about it, going nuts with it. Anything with balls is just a great way to, like, you know, like have a nutty event with it.
Exactly.
So, especially for guys, you know, like if you got balls, you got an event.
And there's balls everywhere.
Yes, there is.
When you think about it. And out here, there are nuts everywhere.
Yes, exactly. So, I'm sure the fish probably have nuts too.
Yeah, exactly. Probably do. Yeah.
Yes, the frogs too. Yeah.
I forgot to tell y'all why we're here, because this is where I come. This is a pond on my neighbor's property where I come and fish, and that helps my mental health. So I'm going to teach you how to fish. Is there anything else you'd like to say about Save a Nut or about testicular cancer awareness?
I mean, like, I think just overall, just communicating to your friends, your family, like whoever you know that maybe like you're going through something, like sometimes because like if they're going through testicular cancer, like they may feel alone. They may feel like they don't know who to talk to, because like then that's what I felt like. It's like I didn't know who I could talk to, because like, you know, they're not dealing with the same thing as I am. But like even if they're not, just even and even if you're not going through it either, but like it's just okay to just be there. And then like I've had friends who have been dealing with so much, not even related, but like just testicular cancer, but dealing with loss and other things, like just be there for them. Yeah, and like just and however you can, just, and that's for me, like I always try to like be that superhero in my own life, just try to help save my friends, save a nut, just be there and all that stuff. And like, but that's the hardest part, is like doing your best to do that. And like and things may be hard, but like and it may get even harder and all that stuff, but you just gotta push through. But one of the biggest things that I learned from all of this is in like doing all these amazing things is like, if you want to go, it's a quote that I learned, I don't remember where it was, but it's like, if you want to go far, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. And that's always stuck with me. And like like with like doing all these amazing things, like you can get as far as you can together. And like like what we're doing here, we're gonna do amazing things with your help with mental health and suicide prevention too, like, and just like testicular cancer awareness, like that. All of those do fall in line, because like like someone may be going through testicular cancer and they may not know what can happen next, like
and that could be very, very overwhelming.
Yeah, exactly. So and then like that's why we try to we stick together to help save a life, save a nut, and everything else too.
Absolutely.
So
Save a Nut.
Yes.
Mark, Borja, 988 if you're in any
Yes.
kind of mental health crisis. If you have any questions about testicular cancer awareness or the wonderful things Mark is doing, be sure and check out his Instagram and his website and his Facebook.
Yes.
Thanks, y'all.
Yes,
Thanks, Mark.
Yes, help us save some nuts.